Today that I would like to give you some tips how to develop an essay. Then that I have taken a common topic from the past paper. Education is the most important factor in the development of the country. That is the topic. That you can agree or disagree that when we write the essay that we have to agree totally, that we have to agree with this statement. Education is the most important factor in the development of the country. Then that how can we develop this essay? Then using the vocabulary, the different sentences and the structures, the different methods the teachers and the students use to write it successfully. But basically that I can give you some tips that will be much helpful in writing. Those are not that much difficult, and in short, first that we especially that we can ask them to identify the keywords there. The keywords in this topic, that we have to identify the keywords. They are the education. The education is the main word that we can identify. The education is the most important factor. Education is the most important factor in the development of the country. There in another way, in short, that I can explain, the same sentence can be written. One of the sentences in your essay. As an example, that you can use, I agree that, why can't you get that pattern? I agree that education is the most important factor in the development of the country. That we use only this one. I agree that. It is much helpful even for weak students, but very fluent and the students who are good at writing, that we know that they write using the different structures and using a versatile vocabulary. But here then little by little we can develop a weak student. Then the same thing can be written use of I agree. I agree that education is the most important factor in the development of the country. The like that you also add the different words and the phrases. Then in the second step, you can change words. In this phrase, that some words can be changed. Can be changed means using synonyms. Using synonyms, that you can change that some words given here. Then let's see again, that I will remind you the topic. Education is the most important factor in the development of the country. Now, how to change the words? Instead of education, that you can use schooling. The schooling. Then in many countries that they use schooling. It doesn't matter, that you can use schooling instead of the education. Next, in the place of important, important, that we can use what? Significant. The significant can be used for the important. It can be used significant. The word, the significant can be used in the place of important. Then other one is the factor, with the factor in the development of the country. The factor, for the factor, you can use element, aspect. That when you use a different way, then instead of factor, we use aspect or the element. In the place of the country, that you have to write the word country. In simultaneously, that you have to write country in several occasions. Therein, you use the word nation. The nation is better instead of the country. Can you understand what have we done? There that we use synonyms. We use there the synonyms. We use synonyms to develop the essay. All these methods are not that much difficult. Anyone can follow well. Then use sentence structure. Sentence structure. Then verbs that I have listed here. The verbs, nouns, and adjectives. Verbs, number of verbs can be used. Then second, nouns. The nouns and the adjectives. Then afterwards, you never get stuck in the middle of the essay. Very easy, but there are use of keywords using related to the topic that you find verbs, nouns and adjectives. Then it is another step that you can use. Other one is the concessions. Concessions means that you have to agree with the given statement. Again, that I will read for you. Here, education is the most important factor in the development of the country. The concession, I think, the final that you can say, I think, I believe, like that I believe, and then I suppose, and such words can be used. I suppose, I believe, I think, that you also can propose the certain list of phrases to develop this essay. Then example, education has a great impact. Education has a great impact. Like that, the concessions can be used. But all those things, I think, in a certain way that you can use to write in successful way. In another video that we shall discuss much about writing essays. Okay, bye for now.